or who living in who pays. Sufferers don't care who from country. Sufferers don't care who from town.
Sufferers only want to know
where the next food coming from.
That's one for the racists. Anytime you bounce up a racist and you hear them running their mouth, it have a whole set of people who care what they're talking about. A racist is someone living happy and all their family doing well. So race talk is really not for people in the ghetto catching hell. Now tell the racists, sufferers don't care about color. Sufferers don't care about race. Sufferers don't care who migrate from where or who living in who place. Sufferers don't care who from country. Sufferers don't care who from town. Sufferers only want to hear where the next food coming from.
A pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And how are we doing this afternoon? It is another wonderful day in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique in terms of its sunshine.
Get up early next morning, go down in the tent.
Welcome to the persons on my Facebook and my YouTube page.
So much different people line up with the ID card.
I'm playing this song special today.
Oh, visit my village called Alvaro, where they get no war. Suffer yet.
I said to talk all over the place.
Different race, so much different color, with a bucket they don't shed in here.
But tell them this.
Tell the racists, sufferers don't care about color. Sufferers don't care about race. Sufferers don't care who migrate from where or who living in who place.
Tag somebody right now.
Sufferers
share right now with somebody. Send the link. Let them know that class is in session.
They want to hear
what?
Where the next food coming from.
It is Interactive Wednesday. That opportunity where you get to speak your mind out also in the comment section. Or you can call on WhatsApp 5365843, right?
Visit the General Hospital, and I know that you would be shocked to see so much different race of people line up waiting on one dock, or pay a visit to the 8th ward.
Facebook gave YouTube a little competition today, boy.
And yet
Facebook is going with the same speed of YouTube.
Yeah, remember the color. All they know is that they're facing death. Now tell the racists, sufferers don't care about what?
Sufferers don't care about race.
Sufferers.
Set of them sit down on Facebook and other social media platform.
Great from where?
And only talking.
Who living in who place? What? Sufferers don't care who from country. What? Sufferers don't care who from town.
Tell them we a political party of action.
Only want to hear.
What do you want to hear?
Where the next food coming from?
No, you know when I them kind of spirit and they say all kind of thing, eh? All kind of thing just come out my mouth in them kind of time there. But I know my limits.
Racist is someone who has something.
Listen.
Something that they want to protect. So they will always keep on talking the race talk till the day of the death. But poor people, we have nothing. Don't know where the next meal coming from. So I want you to go and to tell all the racists, suffering makes us one. Tell the racists,
Sufferers don't care about us.
Sing along, sing along.
Sufferers don't care about race.
Tell them this.
sufferers don't care who migrate from where or who living in who place. Tell the racists,
Sufferers don't care who's from country. Sufferers don't care who's from town.
sufferers only want to hear what
When the next food coming.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we wouldn't let this song go on and on and on. I think you got the message in the music and you would get a clear understanding as to where we're headed with our conversation again today. A pleasant good evening to everybody that is tuned in to the program Class in Session. Good evening, as I have aforementioned, to the persons on my Facebook and on my YouTube page. Yo, I'm watching you guys right now. Like, I tell you, my technical team upgraded me again today. Now I'm seeing everything, every comment, everywhere that I look. I can just see somebody just posted, good evening, Shums hosting. The last person who posted, Bernadette Joseph. So I'm seeing things as I turn my head right now. My technical team really gave me an upgrade, and I had to commend them even in the midst of all that is happening. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and good evening, a special good evening to the St. Patrick's Youth Arm of the new National Party. I know for a fact over the weekend you saw all the work that was being done by them. And remember, prior to the passage of Hurricane Beryl, we did inform you guys that our women's arm and our youth arm were really active, and we would have started on a very good note just before the hurricane. And so you saw an exemplary imagery of what they are to go, or what they are going to afford in terms of time to come. So to the St. Patrick's Youth Arm and to the National Youth Arm, I can say to you guys, we have been very active. We have been in communication. We have been in on a WhatsApp group chat. We have been in so much conversations between the past few days. Like I can tell you, every time I wake in the morning, I am seeing more than 30 something messages from different group chats, because I'm not just one of the new National Party's group chat. And there's so many group chats, and we're getting so many things done that you wouldn't believe. But you see, the thing about when you are accustomed to young people just jumping into action and just wanting to do things for social media imagery, we are not a political party of that nature, right? I don't know what was the expectation from those goons from Dr. Mitchell and the new National Party, that after the passage of Hurricane Beryl, in the position that they're in, I don't know what they expected Dr. Mitchell or the members of the new National Party to have done. I don't know if we were in any way given any powers that we can make any decision or action. So just like every other person, just like Nadma and every other person, the most I believe Dr. Mitchell could have gone to Carriacou and do was to simply watch and come back to Grenada, because that is what everybody did. But I don't know, after 10 days, and after proper leadership and proper assessment, conversations as it relates to what might be needed most was assessed by this political organization. And we could tell you that is what was being done. We were assessing what was the needs, where can we go forward, what are the persons, what are their clarion call, We didn't just jump up 2 days or 3 days after and say, let me just send food, man. We don't say, let me just jump up and let me just, you know what, let me just send toilet paper. You see, that is what they are accustomed to. Them high-handed decisions. No consultation, no conversation, no proper assessment. So at this point, you hear people saying, oh, no, you have too much food. You understand me? Because at no stage, nobody slow down and say, listen to me, is it necessary to do this? Where is it that we need to hit most? Where is the area in which we need to do all this? Because I'm of the opinion, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of these items should have not just gone to Carriacou. That's my humble opinion. And let me say why. Now, as you're hearing now, there is a lot of items that are up there that have become excessive. A lot of items up there that have become excessive. What would soon start happening is that you would realize that some of those items, and you know some of them are perishable, they would start spoiling. Or maybe, as I have mentioned, there might just be too much in so much. Right? So what should have been done at one stage, even if the items had to get to Carriacou, I believe that mainland, knowing that especially in the St. George's area, was not damaged, right? That those storages could have been done proper. Assessment done in area. So we know definitely when we're making a sign-up, we know we're needing 17,000 water, or cases of water, or 1,007 cases of water, 1,700, sorry. And we need that amount in that amount. And those are going to be distributed in X, Y, and Z position. But you see, everybody just dropping thing in Carriacou. Everybody just dropping thing in Carriacou. And at one time, you heard it yourself from one of the persons in Petit Martinique. It have become excessive. It have become excessive. Because take into consideration that prior to the hurricane, that there were food on the island. It is not a farming that is taking place in Carriacou, you know. There were food on the island. There are people or persons who had food items maybe stored away to last 7-8 days after the hurricane. So the assessment now that you're seeing that has been done by the new National Party, whereafter you're hearing, okay, you know what? Let's prepare some hot meals and drop off to persons. It's because a proper assessment has been done. You're devastated, your roof gone, your stove get wet, all those things, and you'd realize an individual definitely would not be able to do a hot meal. There are persons that cannot do a hot meal within the next few days after the hurricane. And so because of proper assessment and proper good leadership, you hear the NNPC, listen to me, we're going to do hot meals. Because at the end of the day, a man is going to get the crits and the tin stuff and all these things and them there. We know that is what he's going to get. But the opportunity to drink a nice soup or maybe a nice rice and peas with a little barbecue chicken, you know that would be long distance. But when you have a political organization with a strategist and a mathematician that is in the position where assessment and understanding is what is forefront, you have these kind of things. Okay, you realize that a lot of persons has been dislocated in terms of the day-to-day runnings. There are people they asking them for volunteer. Right? You can go and urinate or defecate by the side of the road. You're making the place worse. The new National Party say, listen what? Here is what. There's a lot of persons who may just want to use a facility and based on the distance, you may not be able to get it. Here are some toilets. Assessment. Understanding. You understand me? It's not just jumping up and running because we get a hurricane. At the end of the day, you're panicking more than the people that are panicking. When you're a leader, you assess. That is one of your very first movements to do. That has been damaged. That has been destroyed. That has been broken down. So let's assess it. Do you just simply go by Huggins and start to buy wood and start to buy? No. You ensure that you clear the rubbles so you get a vivid viewing on what you are going to deal with there on spot. Because a building fall, you don't just go get up the next day and say, let me go and buy some blocks. Let me go and buy how much shit apply because you have not yet assessed as to what is needed. So because the hurricane passed, you believe that everybody's necessity of the day is food. Everybody want food. Everybody want food. No. You must first assess in anything that you're doing, people. You get a piece of land, you don't just simply go and say, watch me, let me buy it. You must assess. You clear the land first, you don't just start to build. So whenever things happen, and you see those kind of movements, people, you're realizing to yourself, there is no organization. You are realizing to yourself that persons has not sit and talk and had meaningful conversation. Because the fact of the matter is, we have had a hurricane before. The persons who were part of the hurricane and the assessment and the development thereafter, they're in Grenada. All that needed to be done, the Prime Minister sends an invitation to the opposition leader, past Prime Minister, best developer after a hurricane. The record is there to show, and said, Dr. Mitchell, we therefore at this stage ask of you. Because he would be very reluctant now to give it a. Let me say that to all you. Dr. Mitchell would be very reluctant to offer because he simply made a phone call to you after the general election, extending a congratulation, and instead of taking it in its good vein, you go and tell Grenadians, oh, Dr. Mitchell called me. Dr. Mitchell called me, not understanding the morality behind it. Not understanding the moral respect behind it. You took it as, okay, me didn't call he. Me didn't call he. He that called me. So I'm saying to you, Dr. Mitchell would be very reluctant at this stage to pick his phone up and call the Prime Minister and say, I am offering to you such assistance. Because you might just come back and tell Grenadians, oh, you see Kit Mitchell and them helping us? We didn't ask them, you know. They come. There was no proper assessment done. Only time you hear they say, oh, they're going up in Carriacou and they see 98% of the houses damages. And yeah, but you saw that. You saw that. Some of you in helicopter, all you really do no assessment. Where were the foot soldiers, the persons on the ground, to say, well, okay, you know what? This is what we would have assessed within the past few days. You must have done that. And then you know Tevin cannot write a good report. Because all the day may be telling them, what, we need food and water. We need food and water. You need to first assess. Those are the things you need to. And you heard. And let me just play the suggestions about that was given by the New National Party. Let me just play it before I say what I want to say.
The New National Party strongly recommends to the government of Grenada to launch a homestead assistance program for persons left homeless after the passage of Hurricane Beryl. We recommend the following. 1. Introduce a community homestay initiative where Grenadian homeowners will offer temporary shelter to Hurricane Beryl victims with government support. 2. Utilize the Chinese low-income housing units, prioritizing elderly, single mothers, and those with special needs. 3. Team up with the private sector to provide additional accommodation for those who are in need. The New National Party remains committed to the rebuilding process and will continue to roll out any possible initiative that can support people in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique.
You understand? Simple assessment, simple understanding. Now, in any of the situation of displacement, your priority goes to, as is mentioned, single parents, kids, elders, people with special needs. Right? You must first assess those people. They take priority in anything. They take priority in everything. Because at the end of the day, you need to also understand there are pharmaceuticals that might have been closed down. The general hospital itself was damaged. What about medication? What are the persons that are in the, maybe in the different shelters that needed that level of medication at the time? What if they had to get a shot maybe every Wednesday? And somebody is saying it in the comments. That is why the man died, because they received his medication from his family and he didn't see it fit to give him and save his life. They thought food is everything. You understand me? People, when things like that happen, jumping up in the front and going and say this and going and talk nice is not the form of way to deal with those issues. Assessment as to a percentage of houses that are damaged and not the particular way. You need to go on the ground. As I said, there might be people in special need of a special treatment. Somebody's wheelchair might have gone damaged in the process thereof. We know the utilities and so on. You can deal with that then. But then, at the end of the day, when questioned, Sister Gloria, we catch you in your first lie. Officially, Sister Gloria, we catch you in your first lie. Here. Come, let me get Sister Gloria's voice. So you could hear Sister Gloria and she first lie. Here.
Okay, I think the question was for Carriacou and P.T. Martinique in the wake of burial.
We have utilized some of the houses there for persons who have been displaced.
Okay.
When that happened? When that happened? When a gentleman was around the building. A gentleman went around the building, drove the entire perimeter. Where are those persons living? Where are those persons living? Well, I don't understand where Sister Gloria had these people living. Whether or not the Prime Minister or Ron Redhead was aware that those persons are living there. But I've never heard neither one of them speak to it. Neither one of them spoke to it. Because to me, if I was a Prime Minister and we use that, I take in that opportunity to say to the people that those persons are living there. That has not been said. And knowing how Tevin there on television and camera every minute, I think this is one of the things he would have said. Somebody said they're not she first lie. So, okay, Sister Gloria, we get you in a lie again. No, there is a time for that. Persons living in Carriacou, they in Carriacou, they could go to the place, see whether or not there are persons there. You have to come and lie to us, Sister Gloria. What do Gloria by? Sister Gloria, you need not to lie to us. Don't lie to us. Because we don't need it. Now, funny enough, ladies and gentlemen, in a time of this level of dislocation here in Grenada, in a time when one of our most probable issue to arise could be mental illness, where is the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Mental Wellness? Where they closed down these two ministries? Like, I can't believe after a hurricane that we still continue to hear nothing. Neither one of the ministers. Because, I mean, some of the issues that you would get coming from that level of devastation, housing, food, health, education. Those are the things that you expect after a hurricane. We are hearing nothing from the Ministry of Mental Health and Wellness. We are hearing nothing from the Ministry of Health at all. So, I don't know if other persons have been hearing. I don't know if anybody could maybe send me a link where somebody say something. Because I remember the night or day or two after, there was a press briefing where the Prime Minister clearly stated that he would have had, or they were thinking about putting persons on the ground from in terms of psychology, because persons might be needing that level of assistance. I tell you, nice talk. Nice talk. And look, somebody's saying mosquito bad up there. Well, it's expected. Right now, mosquito, it's like a runway for mosquito. The place clear. A lot of human bones to be sucked. Now, you should have been on the ground, even within the shelters. Even within the shelters, maybe going and speak to persons, because you're seeing people doing interviews. And sometimes can't even finish their interview because they're breaking down. So there are persons that want to clarify or maybe just clear up their thoughts. Maybe somebody who needs to just console them at this moment. This ministry closed down for stock taking. Because we don't hear them. I don't hear nothing from the Minister of Health. I hear nothing from the next one, the mad ministry. You're hearing nothing from those ministries. Ladies and gentlemen, takes me to my next point. The devastation of a country 10 days after. Persons dislocated, persons in need thereof of a little finances. Government asking people to come and volunteer steal. With so much a bag going around, every time you look at the news, some 1 point something, 4 point something million dollars, tens of thousands of dollars that are being received on the shores of Grenada, and although they're begging for able-bodied men to come and volunteer. At this stage, you want Grenadians that are already unemployed in Grenada. Because I am doubtful that an individual who has a best job or a good job are going to leave their job and go up to Carriacou, already being unemployed, going to Carriacou, remaining unemployed, and go to volunteer. You saying to me at this stage, government can't even say to themselves, let's ask for a few persons and give them a little stipend, maybe even a little $500-600. You want a man to leave Grenada voluntarily, go risk his or her life in Carriacou, maybe even providing for your own self, and you expect them to come and volunteer. You don't beg the whole place already. Everybody, how much they get today? 44.1 million US, equivalent to $118 million EC, plus the CBI $1 billion, plus other aids. You are asking Grenadians, able-bodied men and women, able-bodied men and women, posting it all over social media and asking them to come and volunteer. No. As I said, I could never forget thereafter Hurricane Ivan. By the time the third day hit, my father had about 4 to 5 other guys with him, with the instruction for at the time the parliamentary representative, well, still is, spoke with her. She said to him, get a few guys with you. Get a few guys with you. Go up to Bocage or wherever. Now, Wasa even contacted them, asking them to come. Go get gas. Write an invoice. And you all are going to be paid for the work you all do. I remember that vividly after Hurricane Ivan here in Grenada. Persons got a job even after to go with farmers to help them clean That is how the famine clearance, I believe, started, where you had 5 or 6 guys with you, and they pay them a certain amount of money to help farmers clear their lands. Government took the initiative and made that payment through the Treasury in Grenada here after Hurricane Ivan. But you're asking unemployed individuals to volunteer to go to Carriacou, remain in Carriacou unemployed, come back to Grenada unemployed with nothing in your pocket. So how NDC good, sir? Unemployed, you know. Because I am certain at this stage, a teacher or a hotel worker or whomever are going to leave their jobs and go to Carriacou. The persons you're basically asking to come and assist you or volunteer are persons that are unemployed. I remember a group of young men, even within the St. Mark's area, started a carpentry, something with Dr. Modest. And I don't know if she's listening to me or she's back on island as yet. They started something. I remember a group of young men. I think they went to Trinidad and they did a little course and then they came back and were helping persons build back. You see messages now coming out all from the ministries and so on. Oh, they cancel this and this postpone and this. In a time where persons could be getting or gaining employment because of what would have happened. Because an individual may say, watch me, things bad in Grenada, I don't know working here already. But there might be like a work going on in Carriacou. Let me see if I go up in Carriacou because government is giving a like $500-600. That might be able to cock a hole. But no. They done unemployed down here already. But you want them to go in Carriacou, remain unemployed, and volunteer. I am not against persons volunteering. Mind you. I am not against that. But when you're asking that level of manpower and labor from individuals that might be skilled in whatever capacity, you have to pay them. You have to pay them. You may not be able to give the $60 or the $70 per day as how any other laborer or helper may give. But come on. You have to be able to put something in the pockets of individuals. If you tell them, listen to me, we may not be able to give you $60 or $70, we go say, listen to me, every fortnight you have $600 to collect. Because the funding that are being sent is for that purpose. $118 million. And you send persons in Carriacou. If you only use $18 million to pay laborers, you have a whole million and how much? 100 million still in your pocket. But you can come and tell people at this stage to come and volunteer. Volunteer what? Organize something nice. They call you say, oh, contact them, whatever, and register to come in Carriacou. Have persons register when they come to Carriacou. Get their names, let them write it down, let them make sure they come to work, make sure they do this and that, and pay them. Volunteer what? At this stage. Volunteer what? Young women that might be in Grenada at this stage might be able to do a little helping in terms of a little pulling up a little this. Young men with a hammers or a saw or whatever. You want them to take it and go in Carriacou, volunteer, and then come back in Carriacou with it, in Grenada with it. Maybe break, lose, thief, and come back in Grenada here. And then what? And then what? Government needs to sit, even if you need to have a little impromptu parliamentary sitting, and get that negotiated through the House of Parliament, that the fundings that are going to be used for the purpose to pay laborers in Carriacou. But for all other things, all you want to come and make all kind of supplementary budget. 1,000 and how much million dollars all you want for supplementary budget. But all you can come and put that in supplementary budget now. Sit down and get that and them together. Come and talk about volunteer and able-bodied men. Don't go! Unless they decide to pay all you. So even if you're accustomed with your big health, how much $1,000 a fortnight, If you're going and volunteer, make sure you have like a $600-700 in your pocket. Hey. Will I find NDC out topless? Because I am an able-bodied young man and I'm not leaving my family here in Grenada. Go to Carriacou, being unemployed, go up there. When I come back down here, what I coming back down with? So I don't leave food on the shelf and I coming back and I don't meet in food on the shelf. Hey. Government must be able to allocate some form of funding that persons that are going to Carriacou to do those laboring work should be able to collect something small in their pocket. I don't care if it's $400-500. But when an individual is taking the opportunity to go up there to do something like that, government can just talk voluntary. It's impossible. Somebody saying that they had to bring their own food. You hear that? You hear that? So if I have to bring my own food, so how are they going up? Who's paying for the transportation to get up? These guys are not slowing down and think. And I'm imploring, ladies and gentlemen, I believe this is one of the things, even in the 2008 election, that caused the new National Party to have lost the general election. Persons was disgruntled of the fact that after Hurricane Ivan, there was a lot of things and decisions that the NNP made in which persons was displeased. This rush, and everybody just want to rush. There's a lot of things that need to be we need to sit down. Sit down on the wrong table. Get opinion from others. Come on. It happened already. The milk has been spilled. The shit hit the fan. You can just want to know, just pick up the fan and throw it. Or just have to pick up all the glass on the ground. There must be a process. Milk spill. Babe, go in the kitchen. Get me something. Let me just wipe up the liquid. Then take the broom and the scoop for me. Get a little bit disinfectant there. So I could clear it up for the ground not to stick. So fly wouldn't come around. Take your time. Not as the glass break, you just have to pick it up. You will get caught. You will get caught. There is assessment that can be made and you guys are not making it in the interest of Grenadians. I don't know if it's fame all you want. Because a lot, watch me, mind you, in the back of a lot of their minds is to try to do better than the NNP after Hurricane Ivan. I'm watching them and I'm listening to them. And if you're not getting that by now, then it will take a little while for you to get it. Because their intention is, by people say Kid Michelle did really good after Hurricane Ivan, we have to do better than me. That should not be the thought now. That should not be the thought now. And mind you, ask any one of them. They think inside. All you feel they don't think inside? That is the thought that might be in the back of their minds. But that is not this. Assessment. I was disgruntled in listening to one of the programs the other morning. The volunteer program on the countryside in St. Patrick's. It is to my understanding that there is a clean-up campaign going on in St. Patrick's. There are individuals that have been, their businesses have been damaged. They normally do little cooking and so on. And they have been already dislocated. They are not in any way doing business as usual. And would you believe, during the volunteer, they take a food truck from town to send in country? You find, I mean, Lord, sometimes when you think of things, ladies and gentlemen, you're asking yourself whether or not you're the one with all the certificate and subjects, or the position, or they are. Now, people, that is simple. All the areas that have been damaged, even if you decide you're giving a little chef or a little cook in the area a little $500 because they already, it done bad already. And you say to them, you know what? If you can, are you in a position to prepare meal for 5 person, 10 person, 20 person, 25, 100? If they say no and they can't. But you give the offer. You say, listen to me. We want to give you the opportunity. We know that, your place have been damaged, and so we still want to put a little something in your pocket. We give you a little $600 to prepare meals for 70 persons. And I'm just using the reference. But when you take out that truck right in tongue, Papa, when you take out that truck right in tongue, because at the end of the day, look at, for instance, I know Popo. For those of us who know Popo in the St. Patrick's area, Popo normally prepares his stuff, and maybe by the side of the road, and then we doing it loyal down. It's a big pot by the side of the road, and so on and so forth. So it doesn't necessarily mean that Popo need, in terms of hygiene, he needs the business to share the food and so on. But if you contact Popo and you say, Popo, listen to me, we want to do an oil down for 40 persons. We're giving you $700. Because we know, look at you don't get the damage already. We don't know it bad already. But anyway, to assist or aid, we're going to give you that. And this is not that wise. You have to have some big 15 subject to understand that. During the passage, I shouldn't say during the passage, that's redundant. Excuse my language. The passage of Hurricane Ivan, for those who remember, when government took that nice salary cut, putting some fellas on point now. Government took a nice salary cut, for those of us who remember, after Hurricane Ivan. I wonder if all these nice boys are willing to chip out a little $5,000-$7,000 from their nice big salary. Because up to now, all you hear they talking there, government's expenditure has been very minimal. I hope that we're noticing that. Government is not doing any much spending. Right? Because everything that they have, they're canceling it left, right, and center. And let me show you. Let me give you a typical example of how these people believe this matter. I read a piece of documentation this morning. And let me tell you how these people are of the belief that they have more brain than everybody else. Let me get it. I think I have it somewhere here. Yes, there is it. Let me blow it up. They say the Ministry of Youth and Sport postponed the scheduled activities in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl. St. George's Tuesday, the 9th of July 2024, the Ministry of Youth and Sports empathizes with all who have been affected as a result of the passage of Hurricane Beryl, especially the people of northern parishes and mainland Grenada and the sister islands of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. The ministry has taken the decision to reschedule its planned activities until further notice to focus on assisting with the recovery process. Stay tuned for the new date for the following. The re-registering for the new Imani program. No, this is one of the activities that will require government spending. Cancelled postponed to another date. Continued registration for Empower Program 4.0. Again, another expenditure by government. An executive workshop. Again, government would be expected to do some spending in terms of that. You understand me? Here, next one. the Camp Flame Summer Program Primary School Cricket Festival. Ladies and gentlemen, government would have to for that. But listen what they kept, because in that it requires no big spending. They say the preparation of athletes for the upcoming Windward Island Games scheduled for the 28th to the 4th of August in St. Vincent would be continuing as planned. So with that preparation, government not to spend, I mean, there's children going and train and so on for the Windward Island Games. The spending would come down in July. So realize they cancel everything where government will have to spend. And a mammoth amount may have to come forward. Because if you put that four together, you get it a good 2 point something million for the entire program. And that's just for its commencement. Right? Not for its ongoing. Right? They concluded by saying that the ministry thank you for your understanding and encouraging everyone to do what they can to assist in the recovery process. With helping hands throughout giving, we will overcome. In the comment section, somebody said, Principal, you know we was working with those Trinidadians cleaning up and getting paid every Friday after Ivan. You hear that? Principal, you know we was working with those Trinidadians cleaning up and getting paid every Friday after Ivan. So this is my point. At this stage, many countries, after such devastation, human resource is important. As it said, all hands are on deck, or all hands should be on deck. But at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, there is no way that you expect individuals to volunteer without having a little something in their pockets. Because if it is what is being said, that when you go to Carriacou or to get to Carriacou, you have to work with your own meals, come on. Where am I getting money to prepare meals if I'm unemployed and going to volunteer? Because the meaning of the word volunteer, I don't know if they expect, are they giving another meaning to it? Because volunteer is that you don't get paid. So government needs to consider strongly, and I'm using the word strongly, that the persons that they're asking to go to Carriacou, that some form of financial stability must be a conversation. Even if you get $25 per day, $30 per day, it is important. It is important. You cannot simply ask persons. This is not 2 days after the hurricane. And I'm saying to you again, the persons that may want to go and assist are persons that are unemployed. And they would want to seek some form of financial stability. I can't say to a friend, go in Carriacou and help, knowing that they're unemployed. Go in Carriacou. And at the end of the day, what? You go up and hand empty and come down hand empty. Somebody saying, good afternoon, teacher. Can you please remind the PM that these houses were given to us for this purpose? For the people that do not have any place to stay. So, don't make things worse for our country. Give the people the houses to stay. The money did not come out from your pocket, Mr. Prime Minister. Right? Somebody would have sent that message via WhatsApp. Alright? So if you want to be part of this evening's conversation, as I aforementioned, you can call me on 536-5843 and you would be able to be part of this evening's program. I can only receive call via WhatsApp. So you can do so right now. Fear not to go in the comment section also and make whatever form of comment that you can. Please try not to be in any way defamative to anyone's character, insultive, obscene, or send no threat to no one. Right? I'm being very honest. If that happens at the program, you will be cut off. All right? Please bring relevant conversation to what we're conversing about and don't just come with mediocrity conversation. All right, so if you feel to do so now, please do so. Somebody said the white-haired man from St. Patrick's don't know that you have to do an assessment first. No, man, they don't know. I blaze in the whole time. I won't finish with you. I've never met individuals that cannot understand. And you see, you know, when I newly started following this whole politics thing, I remember there were persons like Troy Garvey and others that used to be doing, you know, media work. And they always tried their very best. Like this men sat down. I remember our dear brother Ray Roberts. Those were persons, and they were not, as you know, that are so vocal in the political castigation. But they disseminated information, and they tried to do so promptly. The words they used, the intonation, like them could interview anybody. You understand me? I mean, at the time, that was our means of social media information. And somebody saying this is the longest I ever know the Prime Minister to stay on island. Thank. You guys are crazy, man. You guys are crazy. I think somebody was trying to call into the program. I don't know whether or not. Let's try this number. The person was trying to call into the program because I gave the number.
Hello.
A pleasant good evening. You're on to the Class in Session program. I don't know if you were calling for the program, but we would have missed it.
Yeah. The over 500 and how much $1 million that was set up under the NMP was part of that wasn't for the disaster relief fund or something like that.
Right, and you're totally correct, because yesterday I tried my very best to get my hands on that. I think it was in their first budget debate that they would have slashed that amount, and I remember Dr. Mitchell in his rebuttal did say to them that this is going to come back and bite them in the butt. Right, I remember Dr. Mitchell in one of the budget debates did say to them, why were they cutting the hurricane relief? So you're actually correct, caller, but I was trying to get my hands on that information yesterday. Yes, so you're actually correct. So I don't know where that funding is right now.
And now they want people to go to Carriacou and do
volunteer
free work.
Yeah, you understand me? And those are the things that this disaster funding was for. And I remember Dr. Mitchell spoke of as related to all that, preparation, maybe tools and so on and so forth. Because, I mean, at this stage, Grenada is getting a mammoth amount of help. And government... Go ahead.
Something that bothered me again. They're asking people to bring all the whatever they had to bring to NADMA.
Yes.
I think government has nothing to offer. No. They has nothing to offer. So they're trying to collect from people to save government and Grenadians or whatever.
Yeah.
They have nothing to offer.
Yeah, because they not even, I don't know, but even as a political organization within the state, you have not seen them donated anything. Even their candidates and their parliamentary representative, like they're like, we're not seeing them. Nobody. St. Patrick's is persons are putting posting as to, there are persons on mainlands that need help too. And you're not hearing the representative from St. Patrick's West nor East say nothing.
Yeah, I think it's very sad though. It's really sad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, caller, very much for being a part of the conversation. Yes? All right. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and are you noticing that? St. Patrick's Clarion Call, I had two persons messaged me, asking me, what is it that maybe the New National Party can do for them in terms of assisting them in St. Patrick's. Both persons are from St. Patrick's. What is the assessment that is happening in St. Patrick's? Yes, we all up on Carriacou and PD Martinique. Look at it. They're asking when Dr. Mitchell going in Carriacou. When they're going in St. Patrick's. He was there on Saturday. How about run redded like school and holidays now? On a gracious offer finish. Give up with these people. What if the hurricane did hit Grenada in a bigger place? I pray God, because I know under the NDC we will never make it. You see, I mean, sometimes I don't want to say they can't make it, right? And I want to be very clear on what I'm wanting to say or what I'm saying. Now, when you can't do something, and my father was one of the persons that used to stand up and watch me. You understand me? Even sometimes my mom is giving me clothes to drop on the inside. And as long as she picking up clothes, small me just stand up under her with the clothes bearing on my face. Because the intention there is to bring all the clothes inside. Right? And this is what this administration is doing. You cannot tackle everything unless you first take your time and you bring it in. One by one. Slowly. As they say, piece by piece. One cocoa full of basket. And they're not talking to the persons who have been involved and are around those issues for years. I mean, in what era of understanding I giving Ron anything to do with this? What is Ron's qualification to disaster preparedness? Look at the work that is being done and how it is being controlled based on my understanding with NADMA now by Mr. Mackenzie up there. Not Mr. Mackenzie, but the gentleman in Carriacou that was placed in charge of the NADMA process. A gentleman that has been around that for years. This is not a time for friend. They're stating that it's NNP that doing all kind of thing in Carriacou. But let's be honest. If there is so much of good work coming out from Carriacou or being done in Carriacou, how come we're not seeing it on the social media? Why is it that we're getting all the bad reports? NNP people alone that have phone up there? Because all the reports that we are getting, oh, this is wrong, this is not happening, and it's NNP people are doing it. So where are the NDC people to say, okay, this is what is being done, and it is being done good? I cannot understand what is it that is so hard to reach out to whomever and say, this is where we are, this is what we need. Where are the assistant human resource? Grenada is just doing this on their own. They're going to be asking for help, you know. You remember I remember during after Ivan, we had Mexican, we had Cuban, we had Chinese, we had Trinidadians, we had Guyanese. We had a set of persons in terms of our resources that came in even with our defense force. Even with our security system in Grenada was boosted. Aid came not just in material things, but in human resource. We had people in Grenada helping us. So at the end of the day, you want Grenadians. And as somebody said in the comment section, they were walking along with Trinidadians. Trinidadians were being paid by their government. And the Grenadian government saw it fit to pay their people while walking along with another country. But no, I don't want Grenadians, help Grenadians, stay broke as Grenadians, and remain broke in Grenada. Come on. Come on. Since this administration take office, you get the boasting money. Seaweed on the beach, they're asking for volunteers. When they can't get volunteers, they send a truck. They send one big tractor on the beach to clean up seaweed. All these little boys on the beach. You telling me you could not give them a nice little 4 days or 3 days walk to pack this up, you know, just to aid, to have something in their pocket instead of they on the beach jungle chasing white people for money or tourists? Sometimes you need to think about the layman man on the ground. You rather pay a truck that $1,000, $1,300, $2,000 to clean up the seaweed on the beach. The same money you taking, you're putting it in 5-6 little boys' pocket. $500 each, $700 each. 3 weeks you can see them because that money they in their pocket and they don't want to spend it. Because they realize they get a little blind. They coming back in the economy. For those of them who are bad money management, they still going and buy a cigarette, 2 cigarettes, 4 cigarettes, 5 cigarettes. And maybe I ate serum. But at the end of the day, you are giving them the opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to stop. So when they see you on the beach now, they flaunt in because they could buy what you buy. But when they don't have, they come and beg you. Seaweed on the beach. You send a tractor. This administration does not foresee the assistance of people in terms of those little things that Dr. Mitchell and the Bushin program, the Imani program, the Empower program, those little things. People just look at $500 like, hey, that a little bit. In a poor man's hand, there's $1 million. You would surprise how much money you give in a single parent, a single mother, $500. And in the next 2 weeks, she still have food. Because why? She don't know where the next meal is coming from. She don't know. And remember, I started with the song, sufferers don't care about color. They don't care about race. They don't care about that. They want to know where. When am I eating? Where is the next clothes? Where is the next thing on? How many roof fixing? That is what sufferers care about. That is what they want to know. A man that is unemployed, you can't tell him go and do a free work. You cannot tell a hungry man to go and watch that food there for you. He go eat it. When you send unemployed people in Kariakou, you don't know you're going to start looting. I didn't want to say it on the program, but they forced me to. Because when I'm in Kariakou and I'm walking and I see a place that have been broken and it's still a thing inside it, what goes on? What you feel like will happen? You send any cat to watch the cheese. Think. Foresee. Know how. Somebody saying the duck was sweating in his shut off. And they say he only standing with a glass in his hand and Deacon flying in helicopter. Yeah, man. Tuk 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 every day. Tuk 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 tuk. I live in down by the airport. Tuk 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 every day. Tuk 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 tuk. Dr. Mitchell stand up with glass. Tell always something. I know many of you all have seen the video or the photos of myself and Dr. Mitchell with a little walk through in town. People that doesn't really take in water. But you see, if you are around Dr. Mitchell on a walkthrough, brace your nerves. Because this man is going to walk from bow to stand to ensure that he meets his people. Sometimes you're there and you're trying to be the good security by ensuring this one to come and that one to come. He hugging everybody. He hugging, shaking every hand. He do business. Some people he give a quick response. Some people he stand up, he talk to. And watch how he walking. And I'm a little big belly and I day in the back there and that old man have me busy in tongue. All this see how he's sweating. He short wet, my short wet. That is how Dr. Mitchell is. Let me tell all you something. If you have never been close to the individual, let people talk. Let people talk. Maybe if I didn't get the opportunity to be as close as with this gentleman, I may not be able to be testifying about this. Dr. Mitchell miss your phone call. He calls you back. Prince, you alright? You good? How's the family? Always. If Dr. Mitchell asks about you, he must ask how your family doing. Is everybody know okay? You want to know everybody doing. What if he know your family? That's just the individual. I know photo. I don't know force thing. You understand me? As he does always say, he wish when he go into he could buy things from everybody. That is it. That is just the etiquette of the man. That's just the etiquette. That's just how he is. Normal. Dr. Mitchell, stand up. You're crazy. Somebody say when you have incompetent people in government, that is what is going to happen. Mess. Another one is saying they should collect the money wasted. They cannot get loan money finished. who want to resign. Well, more money comes, so everybody now boosted to work again. But if I know the Dr. Mitchell that he is, a lot of them go out to start to put a pen to paper because we're going to need a lot of accounting for that money. Somebody say enough love to the NNP youth arm that went to help clean put trampoline on houses in the St. Patrick's area last week. Yeah, as the program start, I big them up. As the program start, I big them up, the NNP youth of St. Patrick's. You see, as I say, this is not about mouth. You understand me? Somebody saying you cannot give hungry people food to share. They will eat first. I heard this statement today. I just understood what it meant. Unemployed people can't volunteer. I mean, that's just facts. Ask the drone man to volunteer. He that get Grenada money for the stupidness. You understand me? I am not against anybody going and volunteer. But at the end of the day, I don't believe at this stage. I mean, 2-3 days after, but government had enough time, cabinet had enough time to meet, and with all the finances that are coming in, I believe government should stick to now, understand that the drive now should implement some form of finances. I mean, people are going up there now and just drop thing, You're going to walk, they're skilled the person. A man is a carpenter. A man is a mason. You just want him go in Carriacou, take all the tools down here, go in Carriacou, feed himself, don't get paid and come back here. Come on. So the person that flying the helicopter don't get paid. He volunteer? I don't believe they have a plan. They're just going with the flow. And that is wrong. That is wrong. And you're noticing it. How can government ask me to volunteer to fix back the country when the government should be using the opportunity to create employment to rebuild the country? Excellent point. Excellent point. And that's my point. Government should be taking this opportunity for all the unemployment they say that is happening in Grenada. Government should be grasping at this opportunity to start giving people work. Because that is money government didn't allocate for. And that money coming. So take the opportunity to give people work. They say the Deacon and Tillman assisted with the cleanup under Ivan. Well, question posed in this honorable house. Somebody say especially the way they hear the amount of money they get. Yes. And that's the statement there. And let me read that statement again so I can highlight it. See, how can government ask me to volunteer to fix back the country when the government should be using the opportunity to create employment to rebuild the country? Who fooling who? I like the ending. You understand me? Somebody saying, of course, that's how he grows up. Real well trained, and I was around his grand aunt for years. I guess this person is speaking as it relates to the comment made earlier. Right? Zealand point. Can't tell me to come and volunteer unemployed, continue to be unemployed, build back the country unemployed, and remain unemployed? Come on. That's asking for too much. Somebody said the helicopter would cost Grenadian taxpayers millions of dollars. Just ask Deacon's monthly rent payment. Well, they say it's something that came from Guyana. I think it's somebody that they said the Guyanese would have. I remember in the early he said the Guyanese government is who sent it. And he asked that he remained. But I'm asking now, I mean, the qualified pilot. I don't know if Guyana is going to pay him, or the assessment would be that, okay, we'll keep the helicopter, we're going to send the crew, but you will have to pay the crew. I mean, that's how much some countries operate. Some countries they do operate that way. Because at the end of the day, yes, we're going to give you the material needed, but if we're going to send labor with it, you would have to incur the cost. Right? Because Grenada was in a position where even the persons that came from Trinidad and other places, if they came up to help, right? Not help per se, but the intake of cash flow must have been sufficed in some form of way by the state. If it's not concession on certain things, if government had to come up with some way. So St. Lucia, he says. St. Lucia, what did they say, Guyana? I think he said Guyana sent up something. something he said Guyana sent something. All right. Somebody say, and then you have to pay NIS with what, Big Stone? Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So, I mean, as I said, you can still call in. You know, we still have a few minutes left in this evening's program, and you can call in and give your opinion, right? Give your opinion. You know, just say what you believe at this stage. And you can give suggestions, and I people fear not to give suggestions. Huh? This is one Grenada. This is one Grenada. You could give suggestions because, I mean, look at it. The New National Party gave a whole suggestion. Whole suggestion. We tell you what, and I said that from the initial stage. If persons are willing to come to Grenada, and there are persons in Grenada that are willing to take them in, that could be a choice. Definitely, that could be a choice. Right? Those persons also, now that they're stable, may say, okay, you know what? You know, I would go up to Carriacou or go back to Carriacou maybe 2-3 days and see what I can do on my house or maybe like land or whatever. Because they are now in a position where, you know, you have a roof over the head. Government, you need to do better, man. You need to do better. Well, if no more contributions, ladies and gentlemen, we jump into our ads. And before, I know most persons, when we get to that stage, most persons would normally sign out. I want to just say next week, there would be absolutely no broadcasting next week. And I guess to the persons who were on the page or on the live last, they would know the reason why. But we'll get to that. Crunch, the first kids brunch, August the 24th from 12 to 7 p.m. at the Simon Restaurant, Bar and Lounge. $85. You can join us for an inclusive brunch for the kids. Best dress, fest painting, games, and other giveaways. You can call 537-1915. All right? And you can enjoy that brunch. All right? Somebody saying, did they forget the words of the PM? Beggy. Yeah. Trendy Nails, they do a pedicure course that would be on September 7th and 8th, 2024. You can book right now. It includes a pedicure kit, 50% off to register. 2 days of training, limited spots are available. You can call 449-9707 for more information. So go ahead and check this out right now. Don't forget also, Big Joe's Incorporated, or Entertainment, they are doing a raffle that can get you to win a scooter and a television. All right, $90 you can get for an entire book right now. $10 gives you the chance to win. So go be a part of this. From St. Mark's on to St. Patrick's, it is as bad as the Sister Isle, but no attention is given to this part of the mainland. How can the PM live on the mainland where he didn't even assess the damages and go to the Sister Isle to pay hero, right? You need to fix your broken step before you leave your house, or you will have to pass through the window when you return home. I like that piece. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to be a part of the 2 ads that I aforementioned. Don't forget this Sunday, Now for No boat ride aboard the Kayak Princess. $35 plus a can of food item gets you on the boat ride. I like that. All proceeds go on to the persons out there in Carriacou and Petit Martinique. All right, so you can go be a part of the Now for No boat ride this Sunday aboard the Kayak Princess. All right. Now, New York, we have a date. We have a date, New York, and this is it.
The New National Party New York Support Group invites you to an exquisite evening of elegance, a formal and all-inclusive affair, Saturday, July 13, 2024, 9 in the evening. Music by DJ Jude and DJ Small Clothes. Tickets $100. Experience delightful entertainment, fine dining, graceful dancing, and lively auction. All at the Legacy Loft, 9302 Ditmas Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11236. Former Grenada Prime Minister and NNP political leader of His Majesty's opposition, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, will be the guest of honor, accompanied by Dwight Horsford, MPs Emmeline Pear and Peter David, and Senator Nolan Cox. An evening you will forever remember. Contact Cathy 347-262-6818. Wendy 917-602-1476. Aisha 917-520-3164. PD 917-642-7187. Or Sharon 862-234-0879. The New National Party, the pride of Grenada.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, so we have this one out there in New York this Saturday night, all right? And as I said in the last broadcast that we broadcast, the team would have said to me, listen to me, you got to be in New York for this one, right? It was supposed to be this and the town hall meeting. So ladies and gentlemen, who was not here for the last class in session program, yours truly will be there in New York in that exquisite affair, right? Come and enjoy a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening. Where are my people on the chat? Where's my people in New York? I want to, how much persons that are in the chat right now from New York? If you're from New York right now, I want you to give me a set of likes because I want to meet all you in person. I want to shake all your hand. I want to give all you a hug. I just want to accompany them. I want to frolic. I'm seeing Wendy, she's there, right? How many other persons that are there? Listen to me. This one is going to be off the chain, man. This one is going to be good. This one is going to be good. You know why? Because I'll be there. Yeah? I will be there live and in living colors, right? This morning, I took my time and I parked. I make sure I parked nicely and I said, listen to me, I am ready to go to New York, man. I am ready to go take a little few days, kick back. Yeah? Yes? So, ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday night, an exquisite affair, an evening of elegance, style, and class. Yes? Somebody said they would like to have the address again. Can you please give the address again? You will be there. So it would be at 930 Ditmas Avenue, right? If I get it right, Brooklyn, New York, 11236. All right. I don't know if all these others, are necessary but it's 930-9302 Ditmas Avenue. Somebody, so Wendy's saying just call your name and you will be there. Yeah, just say Royalty James and. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So whatever information you have right now, take the opportunity to ask whatever you want to ask. Wendy is one of the persons who is part of the organization. Somebody saying, can you bring me some stag? You might be surprised. I might surprise you. I might put 2 in my bag for you. Yeah? Yeah, I know. Some persons are longing for our local beer. Yeah? So, Mary, hold me to that. I'm putting 2 stag in my bag, in my luggage, just for Mary. And when I get there, I'll rest it in the fridge. If I get there before you, I'll rest it in the fridge. If I get there after you, you got to drink it with some ice. Yeah. Right, so Ian Jeffrey saying, cool, I don't leave that far, right? So all tickets are only $100. Link up either Wendy right now, Aisha, PD, or Sharon. Yeah? I don't know if you need their contact numbers. You can link up any one of them. And it's going to be an exquisite night. It's going to be a wonderful night, right? I'm not going to take away the shine from Dr. Mitchell, right? But I believe, I believe at this stage, I want to come there in flair, right? Somebody said Mary has to come to the event to get it. Yeah, Mary, mind you, I'm not. And if you ask me to bring you a beer and I don't see you, the next time I have in the program, I'm going to real give you, right? Don't let me have to bring that day and you didn't come. Get your tickets right now. If there are persons in Canada that want to come down, right? Let me know. Somebody saying don't forget to cross over the border and come to visit in Toronto. We like Hog too. I guess that we're gonna plan that trip because I promised New York to be there this year. So let me promise Canada. Canada, I'll be there either late this year or very early next year. But Canada, you got me. I got you. I got you guys, man. Right? Somebody saying I'll be in New York at the event before coming back home to Keriaku. All right, I am in Baltimore, but I will be there. Cynthia Bartholomew, yes. Yeah, when I'm so excited to be in New York. I feel as I get to New York, I'm just gonna let myself go. Yeah, I would love to meet some of you guys. Big and serious. This is just like how Dr. Mitchell is. This is no fake. This is me. I love, recreation. I love the opportunity to see and meet people, right? So I am going to, even if you don't get to see me at the ball, but I want to see you at the ball. I am not going to make no extra effort to see you if I don't see you at the ball, right? I'm not making any extra effort. What we say, Wendy? I'm not making no extra effort to see you, right? So if you really want to meet me and see me, be at the ball. Yeah? Yeah, so that's me when I'm coming to New York. Yeah, if you want to meet me, be at the ball. Listen, let me give the numbers. So if you want to call Cathy, you can call Cathy on 262-618-6818, right? If you want to speak to Wendy, you can call 602-17476. If you want to speak to Aisha, you can call 520-3164. PD, you can call 642-7187. Or Sharon, you can call 234-0879. Right? So those are the numbers. Right? It is posted also on my Facebook page. I think I posted it today. Yes, I posted it today. And it is also on the Classroom session page. So any one of the page that you go on, the information is there. We are going to have ourselves a wonderful time. Right? We are going to ensure that it's an elegant evening. You're not paying to see me. You understand me? I know other people you have to pay to see them. You don't have to pay to see me. You understand me? My mother make me as a handsome little guy, and she didn't tell me to make anybody pay to see me. God made me this image and likeness, and you're going to see me because your likeness. You understand? Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, this evening, for the rest of the evening, call those numbers right now. We are gonna have ourselves a time. Sherian Collins, if I have to come to Canada, is to meet you. I'm telling you. Yeah. Somebody said we are going to have a party. We're going to have a party. Sherian Collins, good evening to you. Good evening. I'm saying to you guys, some people that are just God sent, man. Right? Who else? Who's on the chat and they're not saying anything? They want to ensure that we will link up and we vibes up and thing. You understand me? Be there. I didn't ask. When do we have a team? Do we have a theme? A theme for the event? I don't know. I don't think on the flyer I didn't see any theme, right? I don't think there is any, right? I don't think there is any. No, it is not green. Yeah, but I think it should. Yeah, traveling Moses to you and the others. Have fun. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Right. So there is no theme. Ting would like to meet you. Yeah, come and meet me. Listen to me. Listen, your Facebook name, you don't need to say, hey, just say I'm a listener to the program. And we give a high five, or we make a little break, we shake a little leg. You understand me? Yeah, come out looking elegant. Yeah, when he's saying come out looking elegant, look pretty. You understand me? Look pretty. Put on something real nice. Have a nice thing there. I don't fold it. I fold it already. And I put it in a nice, I fix up myself already. Yeah. So I'm already there. It is just waiting on the time, right? It's just waiting on the time, guys. It's really actually my first trip to New York, anywhere outside of the Caribbean, that is. So for the many persons that are giving me traveling blessings, thank you guys so very much. All right. Safe trip. We will miss you next week. Yeah, next week. I know, but you gonna get a life from over there. Somebody say Etta Batiste Velma and the whole clique is awaiting your visit. Whoa, I have some friends of the. Yeah. I'll take a nice little thing. Somebody talk about me haircut. Oh gosh, come on, man. I have to look pretty full. I have to look pretty full to go in. I gotta look pretty full to get there, man. Safe trip. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, so that brings us officially to the end of this evening's program. Right? I said to you this evening, we wanna get that done, man. Anybody wants to do something special right now? You want to call in and just give away a ticket? Somebody in New York? Somebody in New York, call and buy a ticket for somebody, no? Huh? Somebody don't want to from New York right now on my WhatsApp page. On my WhatsApp, just call me 5365843 and say, listen to me, I'm going to buy a ticket for that person. Yeah? Make somebody's day. You understand me? We gonna give it away. And Wendy, somebody make somebody's evening. Maybe send me a WhatsApp message on 5365843. Make somebody's day. Buy a ticket for somebody if you find, if you think you could afford a ticket for somebody else, buy them a ticket. Yeah? Come on now. Come on. We're the brave people on the page. I don't, I try to put somebody on spot there, but I can't do them. I don't find I get through. I don't find I get through. All right, look, Wendy says she already bought for 2 persons, right? Wendy bought for 2 persons. Somebody, come on, buy for somebody. Somebody's calling me straight. I don't know if they want to call me on the program, but that person is calling me straight. That person is definitely calling me straight. I don't know if they want to call me on the program. But on WhatsApp, you can call me on 5365843. Safe trip and God's blessings to you. Thank you so very much. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, who's brave? We want to put somebody on spot. Somebody, call right now. Maybe somebody from Canada can call and buy a ticket. I think we're upgrading now. We have things like Zelle and all these nice things, Cash App and all these things. You can maybe just send the monies to Wendy so Wendy knows that we have a ticket that has already been purchased and we can give it to somebody. Right? Are there anybody on the program that is willing out there in New York to buy someone a ticket to attend this exquisite event? Anybody right now? Or you want to WhatsApp me later? I look at WhatsApp me later. Going to old people is no problem. I haven't heard from my dear brother Sheldon Scott. I think he went to karaoke also. So I won't be surprised if there might be a late start to this evening's program because he has not yet come in studio. So I guess we're going to get ready for the upcoming Talking Point program. So if there is not anybody, then, as I said to everybody, there is no class in session next week. However, I will try to, I guess on Saturday morning, you guys are going to see a live. Saturday morning, definitely, I think we're going to do a live for the event, right? To let you guys know whether or not I touch junk safe or not, and I wouldn't say not. I touch junk safe, right? So once that is there, hello, good evening, right? So nobody is willing to purchase a ticket for somebody on the program. To somebody in New York, we're putting you on spot. Buy a ticket for somebody to be at that event. Yeah, it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful one. And definitely it is an exquisite event. Yeah, I have to see how, I want to stay in the back on some pictures before I reach it to see how some people dress, because I don't want to underdress it. You understand me? I want to see how Americans usually dress. Somebody's asking for the time. It starts at 9 p.m. Yeah, it starts at 9 p.m. Or you want to know what time I'm doing the live? What are you asking the time for? What do you want to know, what time I'm doing the live, or what time is the event? Because we're focused on the event right now. We're focused on the event. We wrap up already. For those of you all who are wondering, we have already wrapped up the program. But we're doing this one this evening so that persons could continue to call Wendy, or call Kathy, or call Aisha, or call PD, or call Sharon to purchase a ticket, right, to that exquisite event. An evening of elegance, style, and class Yeah, I like that. I like the flavor, you know. When they just get on, you know. You think an evening of elegance, style, and class. Kind of old people don't wash your foot and come. It's no wash your foot and come thing, you know. You'll be drinking in a glass, yeah. Yet the live, I can't say what time I'll be doing the live. But I know they are requesting that when I get there, that a live be done, you know. I mean, the live wouldn't be done, but as I reach, I go, all you know me. As I reach, all you know it. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're into 90 minutes, which is about an hour and a half in the usual time that we normally broadcast. So, if nothing else, do have yourself a wonderful evening. God's blessings to each and every one of you. Do have yourself a wonderful weekend. To the persons of Carriacou and P.T. Martinique, you still continue to be in our prayers. We love you guys. And today, the entire team continue to show their love. When we took our time and went to Carriacou today, big up the whole team, Dr. Modest and all others. Yeah, good evening to this wonderful woman. I just love Dr. Modest. Just love this lady, you know. It's a Victoria thing. We just love we people, you know. Sister Julie Dubois, I saw she was on the live earlier on this evening. Again, another wonderful individual. And I whenever I speak about Dr. Julie Dubois, it goes way beyond just, you know, an NNP friend. Yeah? Because I think if you get a chance to speak to Dr. Dubois, she would tell you, I am the son of the greatest NNP supporter in St. Mark's. Yeah? I'm telling you, my mom was NNP to the bone, to the core. I mean, could you remember, never forget that young fella sitting sitting in our veranda, and she was sitting on the outside washing, and at the time, her brother decided that he was going to be a candidate for the National Democratic Congress in St. Mark's, and a team of them were walking through, and he the first occasion, he attempted to come to speak to her, and she said to him, if you're going to talk to me, you gotta remove that jersey. I think that conversation alone let him know that, hey, she's not going to switch, man. Yeah. Imagine she did not get the opportunity to even vote for her brother. I did tell you, right? So, Dr. Julie Dubois, wherever you are on the live, or if you're not, have yourself a wonderful evening. NMP is a vibes, action, feel the party. All you go on out, right? This one is going to be nice. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a wonderful evening. God's blessings to each and every one of you. I hope to see you guys again when I'm back. You guys are going to see me while I'm there. Continue to be the great persons that you are. And we would see again sometime next week. All right? Thanks again. God's blessings. I'm out.
The new National Party New York Support Group invites you to an exquisite evening of elegance, a formal and all-inclusive affair, Saturday, July 13, 2024, 9 in the evening. Music by DJ Jude and DJ Small Clothes. Tickets $100. Experience delightful entertainment, fine dining, graceful dancing, and lively auction. All at the Legacy Loft, 9302 Ditmas Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11236. Former Grenada Prime Minister and NNP political leader of His Majesty's Opposition, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, will be the guest of honor, accompanied by Dwight Horsford, MPs Emmeline Pear and Peter David, and Senator Nolan Cox. An evening you will forever remember. Contact Cathy 347-262-6818. Wendy 917-602-1476. Aisha 917-520-3164. PD 917-642-7187. Or Sharon 862-234-0879. The new National Party, the pride of Grenada.